I don't hear you.
Hello. There we go.
There we go.
See, I didn't change the mic, and yet this is what happens with this studio. All right, give me just a second to bring up the Cosme, and we will get going. Select, share, 720, entire screen, with sound, share. Blow that up. And we'll get going in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, play. Christmas on Sesame Street. Okay, let me say hi to everyone. Welcome, Lady Mist. Thank you so much for being here. Boy, you've been here pretty much all day. Thanks so much for hanging out with us, Lady Mist. Don't be a lazy snuffleupagus. Like, share, subscribe, and become a member. Miss Piggy is watching you. There you go. The Cosme link, right. I gotta pin it. There we go. Let's see. And Daniel Berry, Sports Highlights. Merry Christmas to you, Daniel. So this is Sesame Street as I remember it as a kid from 1978. Howdy, Accounting Sheep. Jesse says he doesn't remember this. So what's interesting about this is that this segment is filmed on the ice. And so instead of having Muppets, you have the full-size actors in suits ice skating. And back then, we used to have the Ice-capades. So you would have, like, Sesame Street on ice. And they had performers that went around doing shows, usually in, like, hockey rinks and whatnot. So this is really cute. It's Big Bird doesn't know how to skate, and he's embarrassed and scared, and the little girl's going to help him.
And you know that can't be the original person in Big Bird because they'd have to know how to ice skate.
Jesse saw Disney on ice. Okay. So I'm looking it up right now because I don't know if Carol Spinney was actually in that suit doing the skating. Let me take a look. Okay. At the beginning of the movie, when the gang is ice skating, the actors from Ice Follies are seen. So that was the troupe that did the Sesame Street Ice-capades shows.
You know, watch this kid totally show them all up.
Yeah. That was pretty good because he even stopped with the, punch him in the stomach.
And you could tell he's standing in it because you could see
Yeah.
inside.
Normally in the audience, you wouldn't see the above angle like this. Okay, see, he's demonstrating that he was doing it intentionally. He was, yeah. Now, I do have to say that the puppet didn't have wings like that, but I do kind of like it.
Ow.
Holy cow. That's taking out the trash for sure, yeah. Built like a dump truck. I do like the way he kind of goes for the whole Grinchy type of thing here.
He's always grinchy.
I never noticed this before, but Susan really resembles Evelyn. Well, she's off screen now, but you'll see her next time she's on. All right, Linda. Troy, would you be surprised if I told you when I was a kid, Oscar the Grouch was my favorite character? No, I would not be surprised at all. Yeah. It is kind of crazy. I do have to say, the Count was the best dressed Muppet of them all. When I was in first grade, around 69, 70, I broke my leg and I wanted to send my cast to Oscar when it was taken off. The doctor promised they would and put his name on both halves before we left the hospital. That's cool. I think that's pretty cool because Oscar's with them, so his can isn't there. They had to make the switch from the one with someone inside of it to the light one for her to lift.
But it's magic. Everyone knows it's Christmas magic.
I always thought Oscar had a hidden layer beneath the ground under that can. It is implied in some episodes of Sesame Street that he's got a pool in there and all kinds of things and a basement. So I think it's actually a TARDIS. I'm a kid and I don't know. Well,
He got goosed by a duck.
yeah.
Of course.
Right. Or you could get him a paperclip box to put his cigars in.
Yeah. Okay.
No, they don't. With tape. Yeah, she's got it. Santa Claus keys. He squishes. He has no idea what she said, but that sounds like an answer. So, did you know that Linda Bove is still active in the entertainment industry as an ALS consultant?
I can't believe that.
I think that's pretty cool. You've got the fake buildings across the way because he's in an apartment on Sesame Street where he teaches music lessons. I love that. The implication is that she taught them to sign the song that he was teaching them as a surprise to him. And she's, yeah, thank you. That's so sweet.
Okay, some of his sign language doesn't match up with his words. The chest is happy, and he didn't say
Gladness. Happy. You have to understand that sometimes it's a single sign for multiply related words. It's not just the sign when you're doing American Sign Language. It's also the facial expression and a little bit of lip reading. Mr. Hooper. Mr. Hooper, who was, of course, Jewish, did not celebrate Christmas. I like hiding it behind his back. Yeah, I miss him too. Honestly, when I was a kid, he was my favorite character. Mr. Hooper and Mr. Snuffleupagus. I love the fact that he's got a story for all these. Like, how okay, they're interesting from his perspective. This is basically Gift of the Magi.
Right?
Yeah. By O. Henry, I believe. Never mind. Yeah. Unless I'm mistaken, the same voice as Fozzie Bear. So these interludes of the Muppets talking to the kids, it was kind of like on the show, they would have these kinds of things too. And this really works in this setting because they had already said they were going to try to help Big Bird figure out how Santa gets down the chimney. So that's what these are all about. So I asked my mom when I was a kid about this because I actually remember seeing this as a kid. And I said, because we don't have a chimney, do we? And my mom says, yeah, we have a chimney. You know, every house has a chimney because you got to, vent, the heat. And I said, and she showed me, I could see it on the roof. And I said, well, where is our fireplace? She says, well, we don't really have a fireplace. We have a furnace. And she'd show me the furnace. And I'm like, so how the heck does Santa Claus get out of that? Oh, yeah, I remember this sketch.
Considering that you were writing in the middle of the page in a scribble.
Considering the guy manipulating his hands can't see what the hell he's doing. Figgy Newtons. Now he's eating his pencil. It would have been funny if he had said, what the hey, 4 dozen,
Prune?
He's already having fig, why not?
Yes, but fig Newtons are a thing.
Santa actually gets incinerated in the furnace, and it's a totally new Santa each year. Actually, what you're suggesting is it's teleportation. And because of the Heisenberg compensator, the original Santa is destroyed and a new one is created in his place that's identical. A chimney stretcher. Okay, so the pencil didn't work, so now he's going to try a typewriter. I know, fishing pole. I don't see how you could put stuff down the tree with a fishing pole. I could see you stealing stuff with a fishing pole. Now he's eating his typewriter. Delicious paper. Ribbon cookies. Uh-oh. Experimentation. Hey, Sir Torn. Back when Cookie Monster ate everything, including the moon, yes. And now the other foot. Because he's going to kind of need to know that. I always thought that was kind of sweet.
But he hung up a stocking.
This is the crossover that we need. Oscar the Grouch and the Grinch. So when Nickelodeon was airing this, they cut out the I Hate Christmas number. Then years later, they replaced the I Hate Christmas number and they took out the Keep Christmas with You All Through the Year. Go figure. Now, this is a little bit of a continuity error because Mr. Hooper was just in his store when we literally just saw him going into Bert and Ernie's apartment building. So you've got the Grouch and the Grinch. Both of them have green fur. I wonder if there's a connection there.
Yeah, they're second cousins, twice removed.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Oscar the Grinch. Yeah, exactly. Oops. I would have bought him a trimmer for his eyebrow. Yeah, that's right. Exactly. They do it that way because Bert can't open it. They have to have him do it off screen. So they got to change scenes.
And he only seems to be using one arm.
Never mind, Ernie. You'll figure it out if you think it through. That's so sweet. Right, Mark? And no complaining about how he doesn't celebrate Christmas and they don't celebrate Hanukkah. Whew. Thank you. Ooh, Dr. Pepper.
I forgot to get me a drink.
Once more.
And I was thinking, honey, if you didn't want to try and continue like all through the night, we stop at midnight, start again at like 8 a.m.
Well, we'll see how far the encoding gets on this mega long.
He sounds like a goat.
Why cry at that goodbye, Mr. Hooper? Yeah, I'll tell you, that scene where they're trying to explain to Big Bird that that Mr. Hooper died and wouldn't be coming back again. That's rough. When I was younger, I remember one year being upset about not having a Christmas tree. My mom, who was really smart, went out and got a tree while I was at school. It became a Hanukkah bush, all decked out with the appropriate color and decor. Yeah, I've heard actually a lot of families have started doing that. Decorating it in blue and white and so forth. And he actually connected with Santa Claus too. Oops. And this is how Big Bird became a frozen turkey. He's got an electric blanket. He's really upset. And if that isn't a true blue miracle,
I really hope that those garbage cans that are stacked are like soldered together so you can't fall over.
I was just kind of wondering about the holes in them. I always wondered about that.
To climb.
Oh.
Like a jungle gym.
Oh, okay.
I like that Big Bird's got an electric blanket.
Yeah.
But the bad thing is he's got an electric blanket outside in the snow.
Yeah. I don't know if you noticed this, but this is the same apartment as Bob was in a little while ago, just redressed.
Yeah.
That's the whole joke.
I got fudge. Homemade.
Merry Christmas Eve, Nate.
And because I am always going to be Troy's biggest cheerleader, if anyone is wanting to give Troy a Christmas present, we only need 31 more members so he reaches his goal. So if you're inclined to leave give a gifty, that would be amazing and so encouraging.
So obviously this is a set. This wasn't on an actual New York building. But I'm unaware of them ever using it again after this. It's a pretty well done New York, rooftop.
Yeah. And of course, if you are not yet a member yourself, you can join for a mere $1.99. And with that, you get count 'em, 4 movies every Monday for a members' Monday night at the movies.
Thank you.
Hey, I'm always going to be your biggest cheerleader.
There's actual pigeons on that roof. Like live pigeons.
Yeah, I forget who it is. One of the characters like raises the pigeons. I want to say it might even be Oscar.
Bert.
Bert. Oh,
Yeah.
Bert. Okay. I knew it was.
I'd forgotten about that, yeah.
And the birds aren't even like flying off or anything.
No. Yeah, that's what I was saying too. They might be domesticated and have their wings clipped. Although none of them are even trying to flap their wings, so. I was always more of an Electric Company kind of kid, yeah. Rita Moreno and Morgan Freeman. And the Spider-Man that didn't talk. He's literally got an icicle on the end of his beak. Now, real bird beaks, this isn't true for all birds, but the kind of bird we assume that Big Bird is wouldn't have any blood flow going through the beak. It's a chitinous type of material like fingernails. So it probably would have an icicle growing on it. No heat to prevent it. Growing up, I had an audiobook of this story that was narrated by Santa, but you didn't find out until the very end. However, they telegraphed it by having the narrator mention seeing Big Bird. Yeah. Yeah, I didn't know that there was an audiobook. I should have known. I did know there was a storybook, though I never had it because I watched this like almost every year for a long time. So if you were listening, you knew, but I never did, and it was a surprise every time. Yeah. And right here, Sir Torin, this is the scene where Santa Claus shows up. You hear the jingle bells, you hear his feet hit the roof, and then you see his shadow. And then he pulls out his axe. No. Santa's sleigh. Yeah, you're right. Those are the pigeon. What do you call it? So maybe they did use it on occasion.
Pigeon coops.
Pigeon coops, yeah. Yeah, the snow's like up over his ankles.
Where he was sitting was up to his knees.
I think I froze my giblets. Except for my giblets.
You realize that one icicle sticking off the end of his nose is like a booger.
It is like a booger, yeah. I wonder if they said we need an icicle hanging off the end of his nose, and some prop person was like, resin time, resin time, resin time.
Most likely they used hot glue and just did a drip.
Maybe. It's awfully clear, though.
They do make clear hot glue.
Yeah, that's true. So all of the Muppets get their Christmas gifts at Gordon and Susan's place?
I guess.
Nate. See, that's where Gordon just has to jump in and go, wait a minute. Same thing. He can do it. You don't need to know how. He just can.
It's like in the Bible when Jesus says it's not for you to know the
Times and the date set by the Father's authority, yeah.
It just is.
Is over here.
I like how they even give you the words so you can sing along with Mitch.
Precious moments, hold them very dear. Keep Christmas with you all through the year.
That's a pretty tree.
Yeah.
What happened? He ate the tree?
Wow. All right, guys. Stay in Cosme and follow the. Well, we're gonna forward you over to Christmas Vacation in just a second. What kind of un-American loyalist Tory are you if you aren't wearing the crossing on the Christmas? Watching The Crossing on Christmas Eve. I hadn't even thought about that one. There's a lot of movies, Samuel. Like the next one, which is National Lampoon's Christmas Vacation. We'll see you over there in just a minute.